Hello. Welcome to the Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 395. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam. And this is a Tutor episode where we try to teach you something new.
So,
it's another day.
I am so sore from jujitsu.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
That's good.
Unreal.
Dude, it has blown my mind. Like, it really blows my mind how popular jujitsu has become in the past, year or two.
I would say the past, few years, it's gotten off the rails.
Yeah.
It's because you got all the Navy SEALs and shit and Joe Rogan with podcasts. Mm-hmm. And all they do is talk about jujitsu. So, yeah, it's pretty sweet, dude. It's a hell of a sport. So.
Well, yeah, because, the Baileys started doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Not Matt Graham. Does it. Yeah, I just see a lot of, especially the motivational people that, we listen to. I see a lot of them do it.
I mean, it's good. I think it's good, right? Make more warriors. Mm-hmm. Making more warriors isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
Especially for culture. But I'm sore.
Yeah, that's good.
It's definitely, dude,
And you got jabbed in the eye.
Yeah, I got a finger in the eye. No big deal. You really wouldn't want to fight a random person. Because you got no idea.
What they know.
You've got no idea. Mm-hmm. And, dude, I mean...
I just saw, because I think they talked about this on Protect Your Parks, that UFC fighter, he was working on his truck, in his driveway or something, and some dude starts walking up towards him with a knife, and he reaches into the cab of the truck, pulls out a shotgun, cocks it, and the guy just goes running. And they're all like, that dude's lucky he didn't get a bullet in his back. Mm-hmm. And there's man, MMA fighters, you don't know what they're going to do.
Hell no. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy. Damn. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd have been pretty good for that guy to die, probably.
I think so, yeah. Because he's just going to go do it to another person. It's not like he's learned his lesson from them.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I think it's good. I think it's good to learn that. But yeah.
I would just shoot him in the leg or something.
Not in the fucking face. Then he can't talk. None of there are few dudes at jujitsu that don't just look like average dudes.
Oh yeah, they all do.
They're just average dude. You wouldn't seeing them. You're not I'm scared of you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know. And they would just kill you.
Yeah.
And they'll do it laughing.
And some of them are nerdy looking too.
James.
Yep, James.
Bro, James cracks me up. Mm-hmm. He's just this dude that you think might be a little bit of a hippie, little bit of a nerd, and then he proceeds to destroy you.
Because he's what, a
brown belt.
Okay. Is that one below black?
Yeah. Just destroys you and just chuckles while doing it. just laughing while he kills you.
Yeah, that's weird.
I love it, dude.
It's, yeah. There's another one that a younger one. I remember watching him compete. He was also a white belt last year.
Okay.
Shaved head. Remember he just strolled in, and then they're like, "Dude, your match is starting."
Yeah. I can't think offhand.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
But he was very nerdy looking, and I was just damn, that's cool.
Oh, it's awesome, dude. It's when I went to One Tree Martial Arts when I was doing taekwondo, kickboxing stuff.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah.
Yeah, and Cole over there, dude. Just your everyday average nerd, and that dude would kick your face off.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
It's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why you shouldn't fight random people, because who knows what they know.
100%. Yeah, dude, it's awesome. I love that stuff. It really you have the people who are well, I'm bigger than them, so I would just knock them out. And it's IDK. IDK.
I still love the videos though, of an intruder coming into your house, and then the guy just sits down on the ground. And he's like, "Come here, give me your leg."
Yeah. That shit's so funny, dude. We were doing drills this week where you're down scooting towards someone, and I just laughed the whole time. But
Because you're just like, if someone's like coming after me, I'm not gonna sit down and scoot at them
no
and be
one,
like,
dude.
give me your leg.
No one, dude. But it's still funny. Well, because it's more like you end up in that position sometimes.
Yeah.
And so it's like how to be ready to like attack from that when they come in.
Yeah. When's Lily gonna join?
I think probably around like 4. Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe 3. I don't know.
When do they allow kids?
I don't know. I haven't asked.
Oh, okay.
So.
I think we talked about it on here before. I think it'll be really fun because it seems like there's a big conglomerate of kids that have been born in the past 2 years.
There's a few, yeah. You're right.
And so I'm just like, I feel like all of them are gonna grow up in jiu-jitsu together.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just gonna be really cool.
That would be cool.
Because you had James and then
Dave.
Dave has 2 or 1.
Dave has one on the way. And Jordan. And Darren. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good chunk of kids.
I'm sure I'm forgetting someone too. Wes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. So you're right. There will be a lot of kids in doing that. So yeah, it's fun. I think, I don't know. I think it's good. I think it's good. I'm not going to say it's for everyone because it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of like, dude, you just risk injury more than any other sport. Like, I really don't know many other sports where you're risking injury as much as jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, you really should start yoga.
Well, jiu-jitsu is one thing I was always really nervous to do. Like, because I knew how injury-prone of a sport it is.
Yeah.
That's why I originally started out with, like, taekwondo and kickboxing for a year. Because I was like, God, the injury rate is so high. But after getting punched in the face a few too many times, I was like, fuck this sport.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah. I mean, it does help that you are now going to a gym that is really good at teaching.
Yeah, good at teaching. And what's nice is, like, a lot of the times when you get injured, it's with a lower belt.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I mostly drill. Like, almost all my drilling's done with higher belts. Almost all my drilling's done with higher belts.
Oh, I suppose in the mornings, yeah.
Yeah. And then comp classes. Yeah, you got to risk it at night in comp classes. Kind of a lot higher.
Yeah.
But so far, so good. So far, so good.
Yeah.
There's a couple things yesterday, like moving around, doing whatever. I was like, wow, that was close. Like, that was close. Oh, that was close.
I don't need to know that. You do not need to tell me that.
But here's the thing. I was talking to Bill about it. And, dude, like, I'll be in the kitchen with my feet planted doing dishes. And I'll, like, shift to, like, go do whatever. And, dude, I've had my knee pop a couple times just, like, doing normal day life shit. And I'm like, dude, that's worse than in class half the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In class, I'm like, ooh, that was close. It's like, that wasn't even as close as my knee just popping when I'm doing dishes from, like, transferring weight.
Right.
Because Bill's wife, she was just getting into position. They weren't even, like, drilling yet. She was just, like, getting into position, and whatever, like, her foot caught on the mat for a second too long, whatever, and her tore her ACL completely. And it's just like, granted it was at jiu-jitsu, but, like, that could have happened at home.
Right.
It's not.
When when I was in high school, my senior year, my very last show choir practice ever, very last one. We didn't have the risers. Those are like the platforms that we dance on. We didn't have them up because I don't remember. We didn't have them up. And it was super, like, informal practice anyways because it was the very last one. And one of the girls moved, and they had, like, in the floor those, like, the boxes with the outlets in them. Mm-hmm. And so one didn't have the cover on it.
Okay.
And her foot caught in it, dislocated her fucking knee, and tore her, I think she tore her MCL.
Yep.
I will never forget that scream. Never, ever, ever. And that was how our very last show choir practice ended.
That's tough, dude. That's really tough. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into our tutor episode.
Oh, yeah, we can. What are we tutoring about?
We are talking about something neat. This, they talk a lot about in the Millionaire Mind.
Yeah.
The Millionaire Mind. I didn't choose this topic because I haven't read that book in like 2.5, 3 years, but it's just something I was thinking of. Okay. Taking care of the shit you have. Did you forget what we were talking about?
No, I remember.
Oh, yeah. Taking care of the shit you have.
That goes into your body.
Hugely. Hugely. It's really easy. But
do we want to end with body? Do we want to start with some of the smaller things?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I mean, like one of the things we talked about was cars. Taking care of cars. Shaun just bought a nicer toy car.
Evo, baby.
It has a salvage title, so like there's already that, but that's fine. Because you wanted a toy car that you were going to drive into the ground anyways.
I strategically did what I did. That car isn't a collector car, and I didn't want to pay full price because I knew I would drive the literal shit out of it. So I found a salvage with low miles, minimally modified, so that I can do some tasteful modifications, and I can drive it into the dirt.
Yeah. But there's like some things that like we want to do to it. So you can drive into the dirt, but it can be 10, 15 years from now, drive it into the dirt.
Right. Yep.
So as you know, we're up in good old Wisconsin, which uses salt on the roads.
Yep.
What does that do to cars, Shaun?
Rust them real bad.
Real bad. So with my first 4Runner, we had to sell it because the frame completely...
Her frame was so rotten.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't completely rotted through yet, but it was really close.
I don't even know. It went through... It's a 2-ply frame, and it went through one of the plies.
Yep. But that thing had 300,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
And
it would have kept going.
It would have kept going. So on the new 4Runner, like we got it undercoated to protect it from the salt, rocks, everything. So like the Evo, we discussed doing that with that one as well.
Yeah.
Just so that one can last longer.
Right. Yep.
We've talked about getting cars from the south too and bringing them up here so then we can undercoat them and have a rust-free car.
Right.
But yeah, that's something I would highly recommend for anyone to do that's in the salting states.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you're getting something that's rust-free, if you're getting a newer vehicle or you got a vehicle from somewhere else that's fairly rust-free, it's $2,000 roughly to undercoat it. So if you undercoat it, well, you just postpone frame rust for like 7 to 10 years.
Yeah.
So to me, it's a no-brainer for $2,000.
Oh yeah, because I mean, think about it. Like, if my 4Runner can go as long as the other one, it'll now surpass it because it is undercoated, so it's not going to rust through.
Right.
So I mean, that thing has endless potential.
Yeah. So undercoating something big, I might do that with my truck too.
Oh yeah, that one.
The F-250.
It's not a huge investment to protect a vehicle.
Exactly.
Another thing, like we discussed doing with the Evo, especially because we're not a huge fan of the color of it, is getting a wrap on a car.
Yeah.
That can help protect the paint.
Yep.
So you don't have to worry about people scratching your car.
Right.
Because people suck at that here.
Yeah.
But then it's just something like fun you can do as well.
Right.
I don't know how much wraps are, do you? But like we've talked about it, like your phone, you put a phone case on your phone to protect it. Why don't we do that with cars more often?
Right. It's a good question.
Who knows?
I don't know. But yeah, there's other things. I mean, it's like, okay, I've went over this with so many people over the past. Sticking with your maintenance. Make sure you're doing your oil change. Make sure you're changing your brakes. Bring your shit in. How's your alignment? Are you getting your tires rotated? Are you actually doing the things you're supposed to do? Are you getting your like timing belt or timing chain replaced? You know, shit like that. Are you actually doing those things that they recommend doing? Your air filters, shit like that. Spark plugs, all that.
How do you know like when to get those changed?
Well, so if you just go on Google or ChatGPT and type in your vehicle and it's like maintenance schedule, it'll just give you a maintenance schedule.
Dang.
Of like, you know, at this many miles you should do this, at this many miles you should be doing this, boom, boom, boom. And then all your other stuff, it's like you got to get an oil change every like 3,500 miles.
Yeah. Bless you.
And if you don't, oh man. All right, sorry. If you don't do it yourself, then, you know, when you bring it into a shop, they'll rotate your tires too. If you do it yourself, change your oil, rotate your tires. It's that simple.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, just sticking with that little stuff. And it's like, as soon as you hear your brakes start to squeak, because they have these little steel tabs on them. So as soon as you hear your brakes start to squeak, replace them.
Because if you don't replace them, then sometimes you have to like replace more, right?
Right. So if you start hearing just a little squeak, you may be able to get away with just doing pads. Maybe you'll have to do pads and rotors, but that's not necessarily that you have to do that all the time. But if you keep letting it go, then you guarantee you're going to have to do rotors. And a lot of the times when you start getting down to that thin, your calipers start to go. So now you got to do your calipers too. Then you got to rebleed the whole system. Like it's a lot of extra work and it's a lot of extra money.
Yeah.
And I've seen people do it so many times, and I tell them as soon, because I used to like work on people's cars for them and stuff on the side. And I would tell them, like, dude, as soon as you hear this shit squeaking, call me. It's going to cost you a third. But instead, you wait, shit gets all fucked up, and then I got to
redo everything.
So, I mean, that's some of the stuff, like, in general, that people don't do.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, I had that F-150.
Yeah.
And they recommend at like 100,000 to redo the timing chain or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Well, so I sold it around like 110,000. Dude, I sold it to, never did it. The truck went at like 140, 150. So the truck went. So you have a $15,000 truck.
Gone.
Because you didn't want to bring it in for a $5,000 repair, $4,000 repair, whatever it is, right? It's like, it sucks. The last thing you want to do is just bring something in and drop $4,000 to $5,000 on it.
But then if you don't, you're out $15,000.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. So I mean, dude, it's stuff like that where it's like, hey, you know, treat it right, do what you're supposed to do to it, and in the long run, it's gonna pay you back most of the time.
Yeah. It's
the same thing with your house, right?
Oh wait, I got one more thing for your car.
Okay, go ahead with car.
Last thing, keep your interior nice. Shaun and I generally clean our cars twice a year. We should do it more often.
We should do it more often.
But like my 4Runner has leather seats.
Yep.
So we got leather seat covers to go over top of it.
Right.
So they don't get ruined.
Right.
If you have kids, especially, definitely clean your seats more often. Like it's just something you have to do.
Right.
But like having just shit all over can really stain interiors, and then that's already going to lower the value. Plus, like, I just gave couple people a ride in my car the other day, and I felt so bad because I had 2 containers in there from the day before that we went out driving or whatever. But like, it just makes me feel good that I don't have to feel embarrassed about giving people a ride just on a whim. Like, I can just do it because my car's clean. And
dude, when you get a fucking fresh clean, you get in that thing and you're like, oh, I love this. I love this car.
And if you don't have time, it doesn't really cost a whole lot to get it done either. What, a couple hundred?
Yeah, a couple few hundred, depending. Yeah, it's, I don't know. Depending on your financial situation, it may seem like a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's hard. I can do it, and I don't mind doing it. So I have a hard time paying someone to do it.
Yeah.
If I didn't like doing it, that would be a different story.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, so cars.
Yeah, cars. Your houses. It's like, make sure you're doing your roof. If your roof is getting bad and you're getting some leaks, well, not only do you need to replace your roof, you might need to replace some decking. And if you let it go too long, you might have to replace some drywall. You might have to replace some insulation, some flooring. Maybe you get some mold in your ceiling. It's like, it's just a trickle down effect.
Yeah.
We had it. There was the first place we bought. They had ice dams, and the window wasn't sealed. What was it?
It was something like that, yeah.
Something like that. So we had to gut the whole room, and we had to reflash the window
and re-insulate. There was no insulation.
Re-insulate and dry everything out because I think we had to rebuild some shit because the sill was rotted and all, you know what I'm saying? So it's just it's like if you're not taking care of your stuff, then you have to go so deep. Mm-hmm. Had they properly installed the window and kept up on maintenance, as soon as you saw your first signs of leaking, you addressed it, then we wouldn't have had to do nuclear and got the whole room. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of shit like that. We go around and we look at houses. That's literally our job, is flipping. And people, it's like they let one thing go.
Mm-hmm. And then they just falls apart.
And it's over, dude. Mm-hmm. They let one thing go, and it's like a domino effect. Bing, bing, bing. It's like what I talked about on Friday about as soon as you slack in one area, it's like a domino. Bah, bah, bah,
Yeah.
So as soon as you let your guard down, your discipline down a little bit, it all starts going, dude. And so you go to a place, and it's like, dude, you had a leak. The leak, you didn't get it addressed. So now you have a whole rotten floor. And now, instead of just having to replace the wax ring on your toilet, we now have to demo the whole bathroom. We have to demo the whole floor. We have to replace some floor joists. We got to rebuild that floor. We got to install everything new. New fucking shower, vanity, toilet, all new flooring, trim, new floor joists. All because you didn't want to call someone and pay them $75 to $100 to change out a wax ring. Mm-hmm. Or you can do it yourself for $5.
Damn.
$5. And people will let that go, and it'll become a $25,000 project like that. Dude, I see it so often.
Yeah.
I see that shit so often. It'll be like someone, they don't have the money. They are not financially savvy enough to know to save that you're going to have to replace a roof on your house.
Yeah.
So then the roof leaks, and then the drywall gets fucked up, and then your floor gets fucked up. And then we have to go through, we got to demo the ceiling, the floor. Mm. We got to fucking redo insulation, redo drywall, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it just goes and goes and goes when you could have just spent the money on just the roof. Instead, you're selling it to me, a flipper, at a big discount.
Yep.
Because I got to go in, and what should have been a $10,000 job is now going to be a $30,000 job.
More than that.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying just for that, those couple steps.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, typically, put 50, 60, 70 grand to it or something, whatever, right? But
yeah.
It's like, dude, you got to take care of your shit. Mm-hmm. This is what I got to say. Home ownership is not for everyone.
No, well, we just watched that video on how it's all a ploy for banks to make money, but that's another episode. It makes so much sense now why, like, other countries especially, they do way more renting. Like, they don't grow up in we grew up in a world where everyone tells you, like, oh, you have to buy your house, right? Like, it's the American dream to buy your own house. Other countries don't live that way. Like, the majority of the population rents. And it makes so much sense because not everyone is capable of saving up money for those big expenses or knowing, like, how to fix things or when to fix things and stuff like that.
And those other countries also have a lot of public transportation, so you don't have to have cars either.
Yeah.
I think, if you listen to Dave Ramsey, he tells you, buy a cheap car, own a house, and all that shit. I'm going to tell you what, dude, if you're not responsible or you don't want the headache, do not buy a house. Don't buy a car. Lease a car. Mm-hmm. Lease a car. They'll take care of all that bullshit. You just got to go in for oil changes.
Yeah.
Just go in, you schedule it at the dealership, lease your car, fucking rent your house, and just hire somebody to invest your money for you in, like, a retirement fund.
Right, yeah.
Dude, like, just make your life simple. Fucking go to your coffee shops, whatever it is, dude. Like, just live a simple life because you aren't built to live a better, like, you're not meant to do the other shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's just how it is, dude. Like, some people I just think aren't meant for it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Unless the biggest thing is people have to wake up. Like, you have to want it for yourself. Mm-hmm. If you cannot decide you want it and that you're going to attack it, you're fucked. So I'm going to just tell you this, dude. Quit trying. Just accept that you're going to just rent. Mm-hmm. You're going to just lease a car. You're going to just not try to do all this fancy shit. Just accept that, dude.
And think how much, like, less stress you're going to have if you do that route.
Gone. Your stress is gone. Mm-hmm. You don't got to worry about nothing, dude. You don't got to fix a fucking thing.
And you don't even have to, like, call your rental company anymore. Like, we have a portal that they can just go on and be like,
my sink's leaking.
My sink's leaking, and we get notified immediately.
I'm telling you, dude. I think, dude, this.
Oh. Did I tell you, Brooke's parents, they're talking about, they're going to keep their house and rent it out, but then they're thinking of, or no, maybe they're going to sell it, I don't know, whatever. But Brooke's parents, anyways, in the next couple of years are thinking about just, like, finding a apartment to rent. Mm-hmm. Because they're getting older. They don't want to have to worry about any of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And they just don't need a full house to themselves.
Right.
I was like, that is smart.
Dude, totally. Totally. Mm-hmm. Go to a 55 plus community, 100%. Hang out with people around you, similar age, do your thing. Mm-hmm. I just don't think, like, people, they think they gotta fucking do what other people are doing. They think they gotta fit into the American dream, whatever. Like, just do whatever you actually want to do. Mm-hmm. If you want to be like us, if you want headaches, if you want to own shit, if you want to build shit, if you want fucking 2 dozen cars, if you want a bunch of real estate, then do it. Fucking get after it. But take care of it so that it lasts, so it's in good shape.
Because that's the last thing you want, is to own a rental that you don't take care of, and then you're stuck with a house that you can't rent out because it's condemned. And
right.
You have all this shit you need to do to it.
Absolutely, dude. You gotta, if you're gonna go down that route, you gotta do the things to, if you want to do that route, do it right, is what I'm getting at. Mm-hmm. Take care of your shit. It'll last longer. And that goes into, like, every facet of everything. Dude, in that book, Millionaire Mind, they talk about, like, buying the right brand clothes, getting the right shoes that you can get resold and shit. Like, they talk about stuff like that where it's like, get the shit that's gonna last forever, and you never have to buy it again.
Well, and that's what, like, Shaun and I have been starting to, like, slowly transition our wardrobe and, like, buying nicer things. I mean, that's why we really like the company Flagner Fail. They test all their products through so many things. Rob literally lives in his clothing to make sure that it is functional and it works and it stays good for a while.
Right.
So find companies like that. I mean, we stopped really buying any cheap clothes from any, especially the online sites. Like, you see the $5 tank tops or whatever. It's just like, those are going to fall apart after 20 washes.
Well, we don't do that. We don't do like the TJ Maxx shit really, or anymore.
Occasionally, but not often.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, get the nice stuff, because it really does last a lot longer. Eddie Bauer's another good one that we always go to.
Eddie Bauer lasts a long time. I like their shit.
So yeah, I mean, get the nice. You don't have to get like the nicest of nice. I mean, Eddie Bauer's not like super expensive.
No, I'm just saying, whatever you get and take care of it. Otherwise, what are you doing? What's the point of it?
Right.
So, I don't know. That's how I feel about shit. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
What else you got about taking care of shit?
I'm just trying to think of what other things there is besides body. Just body and mind?
Body, mind, take care of your shit. What's some other big ones? I don't know. Take care of your shit. Maybe money, finances.
Yeah.
Making sure it's actually working for you. It's
Yeah.
doing something. Don't just stick it in a savings account. Actually, like, invest it. Have a plan. I don't know. I do keep a lot of money in the savings account, but I'm always using it.
Yeah.
It's always like cycling.
Yeah.
But then it goes back to the savings and cycles back to savings.
Yeah, let's do body and mind.
All right. Go for
it. Here's like one of my, I don't know the exact saying because I'm always terrible at sayings, as you all know. But one of my like favorite things to think about now, especially now that we have a Lily, is because so many people say like they would die for their kids, but then you need to think about like what would you do to live for your kids? And it really, like, I was telling Shaun the other day, it really kind of like just hit me because I was up late, super tired, breastfeeding, and I was just like, it hit me. Obviously the newborn and infant stage is the hardest or harder stage. And I just thought, like, how much would it suck to get through that stage and then something happens to me where I don't get to see her grow up? I was like, I just went through all of the hard shit to then not even get to the reward of like seeing her as an adult. And so it's something to think about, like taking care of yourself so you can see those things down the road. So like working out, not every day, at least 3 times a week for 30 minutes a day, a time. Like just keeping your body in good shape.
That's the fucking minimum. All right.
Yeah.
Ideally, you get that shit pumped up to 6-7 days a week, hour a day, 45 minutes to an hour a day.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? 45 minutes to an hour a day, 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Ain't no reason you can't do that.
No.
And you don't gotta lift every time.
No, just you can take a walk.
Just train. Just some sort of training.
But yeah, I mean, so taking care of your body, like Shaun honestly should think about that with jujitsu, like doing yoga and stretching all the time to keep his body in good shape.
Shush.
But like we eat really healthily because we want to make sure that our bodies and mind are in good shape for a long time. Shaun's going through this parasite cleanse and then a mold cleanse to try and figure out his shit. And I potentially will in the future once I'm not breastfeeding and all that stuff anymore. But yeah, just doing those things to make sure that our bodies are in good shape, because we only have one body. We only live one life. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be one of those 60-year-old people in a motorized wheelchair because they were too lazy to work out, so
just fucking
they can't walk.
Fat, dude.
Yeah.
Fat.
I wasn't even thinking that, like just ones that just don't have muscle and just.
There's that too.
I mean,
weak. Yeah,
you just fall apart.
Dude, Gary Brecka said something. It's like aging. Aging is what advances aging is chasing comfort. Mm-hmm. It's something like that. He's got it patented of like his saying. So I didn't say the saying right, which is good because I don't have a patented. But anyways, it's something like that, right? Where it's like advanced aging is the chase of comfort. Mm-hmm. Which is true because being comfortable, chasing comfort, you're eating to eat for comfort. Mm-hmm. You're not exercising, you're sitting around or like being lazy for comfort. You're not doing hard shit that's challenging your mind, right? Mm-hmm. To keep you sharp. You're not doing shit to challenge your body. And so you just fucking age fast out of comfort. Yeah. When it's like, forget the comfort, get uncomfortable. The more you can be uncomfortable, the more you slow down aging. Right.
Because think about it. Potentially, if we grow to be 90, right? Me 92, you 90, whatever.
I didn't. You said that, dude.
You gave me a look. You were starting to give me a look. So we could potentially, at the age of 90, if like, let's say Lily has her first kid when she's 30.
Okay.
So we'd be 60 and grandparents. Mm-hmm. And then our grandchild could have their first kid at 30.
Right.
So if we take care of ourselves and live to her, 100 would be the ideal, but 90.
I don't even know where you're getting this 100, dude.
We would see our great-grandchildren. How cool is that?
It's very cool. Mm-hmm. But I'm thinking like $120.
Oh, easy.
$150, dude.
So you're going to see great?
Fuck it.
Let's do it. Done deal.
I mean, do I already feel tired at 30? Sure. But why not?
We're supposed to now.
Are we?
Yeah. We're working hard now so we can coast later on. Well, not coast, but you know what I mean.
Got to keep doing hard shit, otherwise you're going to age.
Yep. So, yeah. So doing some sort of movement every day. Eating not processed foods. Don't eat sugar. That helps.
Yeah.
And then keeping your brain young. There's lots of studies about how just reading can help Man, we're really bad with words today.
No, I'm just bad with words all the time.
Helps
postpone.
Thank you. Postpone Alzheimer's or dementia.
Yeah. So is not eating sugar.
Yeah.
Because dementia is type 3 diabetes. Mm-hmm. Which is just way too much sugar. Yeah. You fatties.
Yeah. But so I think reading is Alzheimer's then. Helps postpone it.
It does. Yeah, it does.
But then, it's good for you to learn, like constantly learning. Like, I think we sat in school for 13 years.
Not learning shit.
Yeah. Well, we were supposed to learn stuff. But then you go out to your career and then you stop learning things. And then it makes it harder and harder for you to learn new things all the time. So if you just keep continually learning, you'll keep exercising your brain and keeping it young.
That's some shit, dude. That always stumps up my brain is like, as you age, people like seem to take it easier and easier and quit learning and quit progressing. It's like, dude, as you age, you should continue putting in hours of learning so you can increase your ability to earn your bill, like increase your knowledge base, increase your potential of earning.
Yeah.
Like, why not get better at your craft? Why not progress?
Right.
But like, it goes back to the same, it's the same people that fucking should lease a car and rent a house. Like, there's just people out there that it's not for that. It's seriously, it's all the like sheep in the world.
Yeah.
All the people that just blindly follow without questioning. Like, you know what? Not the shit we talk about might not be for you.
Yeah.
It just might not.
And that's okay.
That's all right, dude. The world needs fry cook twos. As Andy Frisella says, dude.
Fry cooks?
Yeah, you need fry cooks.
Fry cooks. Okay. The way you said it,
sorry. The world needs fry cooks too.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. Andy Frisella.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, worker bees. We do need them.
That's it. It's necessary. Necessary.
Yeah.
Is
it necessary to drink my urine?
Nice, dude.
Yep.
Patch the Houlihan. Anything else?
No, I mean, just start taking care of yourself, what's around you, everything. I didn't take care of my garden last year, and look what happened. It got overran by weeds, and I couldn't even harvest a whole lot because
I put in all this fucking time.
I know.
Building this fucking garden.
I just let it go. I won't this year, though.
Good. Good.
Just put Lily up in her chair, and I'll just dig in the dirt.
I love it.
Gotta get her a little umbrella.
That's a good idea.
I was thinking about that because I was like, oh man, I gotta like work on the garden up front, and I was like, what am I gonna do with the child? And I was like, need a little beach umbrella for cover her up.
That's a good idea. Cool. All right, that's all we got.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, gang. Catch you on the next one.